Good morning and welcome to today's maths lesson. Today your learning objective is to subtract ones from 4-digit numbers, and this is where the hundreds change. Okay, so you may face lots of questions like this when you come to your do it. Don't be intimidated and don't worry if you get stuck. Okay, I will try and explain this as best as possible. You may want to listen and watch this video a couple of times just to make sure that you definitely understand exactly what I'm talking about today. So let's look at this first question. 2,800 subtract 7. Now you might get the answer immediately in your head, and that's absolutely fine. But you will in the future need to understand the reason why, okay, and how we answer such a question. 0 take away 7. You cannot do that, okay? And I know we've looked at negative numbers in the past, but you cannot do that when you are starting with the number 2,800. Okay, you can't go into negatives. So 0 take away 7, you can't do. So what I always say is knock next door to the tens column. Oh, but at the moment, there's nothing in the tens column. So what do we do? Because you can't take 1 from nothing. So let's have a little look over here, this little section here. So at the moment then, we have 8 hundreds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 800. Okay, so what I would do is I'm going to take away one of the hundreds. Okay, I'm going to take this away. And what that means is I'm going to regroup this. So I'm going to take this into 700. Okay, and I will put my 100 here. So this will become 10. And that just means there are 10 groups of 10. Okay, so if I take this away and I'm saying I'm going to put that next to my 10. So what I'll have here now is 10 groups of 10. Now I hope I've counted these properly and there should be 10 of them. I have 10 groups of 10. Okay, and what you would do, the way you would show that is you'd put a 1 there, just like normal, and you get rid of that because now you have 7 hundreds. You've taken one of the hundreds and you've moved it next door. Okay, so now there are 10 tens, and you know 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, if you look here actually, you'll see it says 100, 100. Okay, so make sure you're with me here. Now, you've still got a problem because you still can't do 0 take away 7. So again, knock next door. Can you regroup this? Well, yes, we can actually take one of the tens away, can't we? So if I grab my little 1 down here, this is a 10, I can drag this now into the ones column. Okay? So now we will have 10 ones. But this is where you must be careful, because how many tens do you now have? You've 10 and you've taken 1 away. So yes, you'll be left with 9. Okay, so let's get rid of this. So to cross it out again, and now you have 9. Okay, so this isn't, it's, you know, it can be complicated at first. That's not a T. It's complicated at first, but once you follow the steps, it's actually quite simple. Okay, so that has become a 10. And look here, we have one group of 10s at the end, okay? So 10 take away 7 you can all do. That's nice and simple with 3. Okay, now be careful here because you need to make sure your workings out look clear. 9 take away nothing. Well, that's nice and easy because that's, oops, that's not a 9. That's 9. 7 take away nothing. 7 and 2 take away nothing. So that's nice and simple. Now, if I really want to be a whizzy mathematician, I will do the inverse here. So I'll make sure I've made my answer right by doing 2,793 add 7. Well, I know my number bonds to 10, so 7 plus 3 is 10. The nearest 10 here, okay, to 93 is going to be the next 100, so it'll be 2,800. Okay. If you feel very overwhelmed by that, please do not worry, okay, because it is a little bit tricky at first. So it says here, these are your steps to success. If you cannot subtract the ones column, look at the tens to see if you can regroup. If you cannot regroup, look to the 100 columns and take 100. Now you have 100 in the tens column, or 10 lots of 10. Regroup the tens by sharing 1 with the ones column. Now take 1 away from the tens column, leaving you with 9 tens. Okay, so if you get stuck, these are the steps to follow. Now, on Stretch It, it's one of those again where Colin or Coco has made a mistake. And this is what they think. They think 7,401 take away 5 equals 6,396. Now, there's lots of things that they've done wrong here. Okay, If you're subtracting 5 and you're focusing on the hundreds here, why would the thousands change if you have 400 and you're taking away 5? Top mistake already. He's already made a silly mistake here in that the thousands have changed. Okay? 1 take away 5. This is what I see lots of people do. For some reason, people add it. I'm not sure why. 1 take away 5, you can't actually do. You haven't followed the steps to success. Because realistically, you should be knocking next door, but you can't. Again, because there's 0 here. So what does it say? Look to the hundreds column and take 100. Okay, so I'm looking to the hundreds column. I have 4 hundreds there, so I'm going to take one of the hundreds. That's going to leave me with 3 hundreds. Okay, and I'm going to take my 100 and I'm going to pop it here. So now I have 10 lots of 10, and 10 times 10 is 100. Okay, now I still need to knock next door though, because I can't do 1 take away 5. So I'm going to pinch one of the 10s. So 1 of the 10s comes here, and I now need to take away one of the 10s from 10, and 10 take away 1 is 9. Okay, 11 take away 5 is 6. Okay, so that's good. That's good news so far. So now it is correct. Now we look at Collins. 9 take away 9. Sorry, 9 take away nothing, sorry, is 9. 3 take away nothing is 3. But 7 take away nothing isn't 6. That's Collins' mistake. Okay, for some reason, he's incorrectly answered the last part of the question. Okay, if your still doesn't make sense, do it and stretch it again before moving on to solve it. Okay, so remember, if you can't subtract the 1s, look at the 10s. If you can't subtract the 10s, look at the hundreds, and that's where you start to regroup. So take 100 here, and then take a 10 here, and make sure that you regroup each time. Always, sometimes, never true. When subtracting 1s from a 3-digit number, only the 1's digit changes. Now this is quite a nice question. It's quite open, okay, and it will require you to think. Now you don't have the same as me. I think you have a 4-digit number. But if you listen, you'll notice the similar answer. So it says, when subtracting 1s from a 3-digit number, only the 1's digit changes. So that is only the digits in the 1's column. Okay, let's see if the rule applies. 9 take away 1 is 8. Okay, so this number here is the only one to change. So yes, in answers like this, simple questions here, where you're taking 9 away from something and you don't have to regroup, that's the important thing, you don't have to regroup, it works. 1 subtract 3, I can't do that, so I'll knock next door. I can't, so I have to knock next door again. I can do that though, take away 100, and I'll be left here with 10 lots of 10. Okie dokie. And I still need to take another 10, so I'll pinch a 10 off that. So my 10, I've lost a 10, so I now have to go down to 9, because 1 less than 10 is 9. 11 take away 3, number bonds to 10, 7, but it's 11, so 8. Okay, 9 take away nothing, that's nice and easy. And 2, 298. So has the 1's digit changed? Yes. Has the 10's digit changed? It has though, because it started as 0, so that's not good. And has the 100's digit changed? Yes, it has. So when I look at this question, I'm thinking sometimes, because when I regroup, I often change my 1's, 10's, and sometimes hundreds. So be particularly careful with your language on this question. Don't just say sometimes, okay? Because that's not going to give me an explanation. That shows me you don't understand, which means I will have to do many more lessons on it. Okay, so really try your best to show your understanding. Moving on then, your final mastery question, if you want to do this is optional, okay, but if you're finding these lessons easy, this is the sort of thing I would do to definitely show my understanding in lots of areas of maths. In a school, there are 132 children. 4/12, and I'll put this as a normal fraction that you'd see in a question, just in case that confuses you, of the children are girls. How many boys are there in the school? So 4/12 are girls. How many are boys? Now, It's fine if you show me the fraction, so what's left over. Well, 4/12, remember, you're going to find this really easy, this bit. It's not going to be 6, Mr. Nash, is it? What's it going to be? 12 take away 4. Oh, yes, it's going to be 8. So take your care with this one. The answer's not going to be 8/12, so be careful. That is the fraction of boys, but you will need to find the fraction of the amount here. Okay, so give this your best shot. If you've forgotten how to do this, not to worry at all, just try your best. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for taking part in today's lesson, and I will see you all tomorrow.